I want to mention that when I first met Winnie, she did not speak much English. But she went, after working 9 or 10 or 11 hours every day, she went to school and studied English to the point where she's become very fluent. I'm very embarrassed that I'm not making this presentation today in Spanish. But it is an honor for me, Winnie, to present this on behalf of the WFTO to you for your lifetime commitment to fair trade and economic justice.
Please turn around.
Yo te tengo que... No, ella va a traducir esa... No, yo te aguanto las cosas. Yo te la aguanto.
Bacana, Winnie. Bacana.
Wrong language.
Yo quiero que ella me lea con su voz. Que hable igual a mí.
Okay.
Okay. No. Picture, please. Well, where is Rudy? Oh, taking picture. Dear Rudy Dalby, President, WFTO, dear Bob, and all the board of directors, dear Carola Rain, dear honorary members of WFTO, dear Anna Asti, and dear all WFTO members, dear friends. As many as you know, despite of our best efforts, Fundación Solidaridad closed its doors in 211 after 30 years of an intense struggle to provide poor, marginalized people in Chile with a dignified source of work. It was a really surprise and of course an enormous honor that Bob Chase, on behalf of the World Fair Trade Organization board, came all the way from the United States to the closing ceremony. I was also moved to receive a wonderful letter of congratulations from Rudy Dalby and Carola Reyes. And now, me, elected as lifetime honorary member of WFTO. Well, during more than 20 years of participating in our WFTO, I have witnessed many original, assertive, and creative actions. But to pay homage to someone who failed, well, that is really original. I want to thank you, all of you, and I thought the only way to demonstrate my gratitude could be to share some of my recent thoughts, trying not to repeat what you have already heard me say many times in the past. For example, when a bit late, our Fundación in Chile, we understood that to attain the fair trade for the producers of the South was not a responsibility of the consumers of the North. More than this, we have a responsibility in the South to create awareness that poverty is the result of our own decision, of our own public policies, of our own institution as a country, as Chilean people, in the case of Chile. Well, we began to work in fair trade in Chile, and we imitate as much as we could all the strategies of all of you. Thank you for giving us the model. We copy your stores, your pictures, your signs, your volunteers who attend consumers at the stores. Well, we try all the roads. But paying fair prices to our producers makes it impossible to sell to fair trade tradings in the north. And Chile has almost the same prices as Europe or North America. And in Chile, fair prices paid to the producers were 50% higher than the same Chinese products sold in Chile. But we had 450 people, 90% women, waiting for our orders. We began to participate in the public tenders from the Chilean state. For 3 years, we obtained very big orders, which provide around 350 women with work to make toys. But in the last public tender that we participated in, we did not win any orders. Due to the free trade agreements that Chile had signed, we faced heavy competition from Chinese producers who participated with similar toys, winning everything with lower prices. At that moment, I wanted to say, like the little girl, maybe you know, Mafalda, a character of the Argentinian cartoonist Kino. Paren el mundo porque me quiero bajar. Stop the world, I want to get off. But it didn't happen, the world did not stop. I asked for and obtained interviews with the Chilean First Lady in charge of social organization and with 2 senators with progressive thought. After they heard me, one for 10 minutes and the others for 15, to be honest, they all answered exactly the same. Winne, speaking like wise teachers. Since Chile signed free agreements with almost all the most important countries, we are very proud that now we can compete in all the markets with our products. And in Chile, you can buy products from many countries. That is true. Anyone can buy cheap clothing, shoes, and housing articles produced by Eastern countries. But food of poor people, housing, and education are not globalized. And we still have a few million poor people that are either unemployed or earn the legal minimum salary, which does not cover their cost of living. This is a reality that our organization knows very well, and I don't need to explain to you further. I only want to share with you that when these authorities repeated almost in unison that the Chilean state cannot privilege Chilean products in public tenders because the World Trade Organization, WTO, prohibits it. At this point, I had reminded them of Aristotle's remark. Aristotle's remark more than 2,200 years ago say, to be equal with an unequal is as unfair as treating unequal with inequality. How wonderful it would be if someday our World Fair Trade Organization could raise its voice at the WTO and ask that in poor countries the state's public buying policies be revised in order to allow the state to support small producers. Summing up, I'd like to tell you where we stand today. Fortunately, many years ago, we learned that poverty and social discrimination cannot be solved only by improving incomes and providing access to credit. We also learned that cooperation, alliances, and networks are twice as necessary in the case of producers with scarce resources. Isolation produces and maintains poverty. We have always supported group work, associations, and production networks. Today, 18 months after the closing of Fundación Solidaridad, a good number of groups are still working together. They sell in fairs, boutiques, and in important shops such as those in the Memorial Museum, the Government Palace Cultural Center, the Salvador Allende Museum, and some other important enterprises. Now they can sell their products without Fundación Solidaridad as the intermediary. So their prices are now 30% lower than the Fundación charged to finance administration, shops, publicity, and salaries. I must confess that this obviously gives me mixed feelings. But now, when at our social meetings with the producers, I joke about the 30%, they all answer that they felt proud, knowing that their products finance so many things. Even your salary, Winnie. Yeah. Although their sales have significantly decreased, many good things are still true. A significant number of women, men, and young people became really empowered. Almost illiterate women have children at the university. All these people have a different economic rationality, where the motor is work rather than capital, and where collaboration is worth more than competition. How many people are we talking about? Many thousands in my 38 years of work. How? Because we were working with the fair trade, with WFTO. I'm finished. Now, looking at all of us, I keep thinking that forces that unite for a good purpose do not extinguish, nor do they sum up, they multiply. Thank you for listening.